So one of the things you might notice when you're using the brush tool and you're sketching or drawing or painting or whatever you're doing is that the brush tip isn't necessarily at the angle you want it, whether it's just not where you want it or you have mobility issues, flexibility issues, maybe the type of stroke you're doing, it just is awkward and you're contorting yourself into a pretzel to get there. You may often find yourself coming over to the brush panel and changing the angle of the brush tip. And you can see down in the preview window, as I change the angle, you can see the tip change. And that works. It does what you need. But going back and forth between the brush panel and your canvas is kind of a bummer. It may, stunt your workflow. And yes, it is kind of silly that in 2017, Adobe hasn't provided the ability to assign a keyboard shortcut to this yet. So in the interim, I have a bit of a workaround, and for a lot of people, it's actually quicker. So let me show you what we do. What you want to do with your brush tool selected is press and hold the R key for the rotate tool. And once you've pressed and held the R key, click on your canvas, and you can rotate your canvas. When you've got it to the angle or position you want, let go of the R key, and you go right back to the brush. So essentially this is doing the equivalent of coming over to your brush panel and changing the angle, except you're changing the canvas instead. And because you have the ability to do it on the canvas on the fly, for some, including me, it's a lot easier. So like I said, press and hold the R key, and then click and drag to rotate your canvas to where you want it. Once you're done and you want to reset the view, just come up top and hit Reset View. Another thing you may want to do when you're painting or sketching or whatever to be more precise is to zoom in. Now you could click Control and the plus key a bajillion times, and yes, bajillion's a word, or you could use the other keyboard shortcut, which is to press and hold the Z key, Z I guess they say in the UK, and then use your mouse or your pen and click up or down to drag in. Should you want to move around to a different area while you're zoomed in, press and hold the space bar and then click on your canvas and drag it and move it around. And probably not really fast like that because you could make yourself seasick, so don't do that. If you want to zoom it back out to fit the screen, it's Control 0. If you want to view it at 100%, it's Control 1. One more quick keyboard shortcut. Say you're using your brush and you want to change colors. Now you can come all the way over, double click on the foreground color, choose one, say OK, and you can use a keyboard shortcut and do the same thing and say OK, or you can do this all on the fly again, and as long as you have your brush tool selected, press and hold the Alt key, and as you can see, it changes to the eyedropper tool. I'm going to click on the yellow, even though it's not what I want, just so you can come over and see the foreground color has changed. Pick the color you want, let go of the Alt key, and you're right back to your brush. And then you can start brushing in as you need. So hopefully all those little keyboard shortcuts, they'll speed up your workflow and make things a little bit easier.